Hi there, my name is Phoebe Omipon and I'll be doing my presentation on the Sailor Moon's American transformation comparing prints of the Japanese and English 90s manga. What is Sailor Moon? Sailor Moon is a story from the 90s, girls who have superpowers and destined to fight evil, transform from normal girls to Sailor Scouts and save people from danger. Sailor Moon is a shoujo manga, which is a girls manga, and has themes of friendship, romance, and personal themes. Originally the story was written in Japan, but became popular overseas, especially in America. Both versions of the manga have some differences. Today I'll be exploring why they are different from each other. Analyzing prints. Covers. The covers were based on the development of Naoko Takeuchi's art style over the years. Sailor Moon started as a small phone book magazine that came out monthly with several issues before it got compiled into a book. There were 85 issues in these small magazines. They are hard to find as of now because they stopped printing and are rare and cost a lot of money to get your hands on them. Her art style is rougher at this time, but is a good start for later on in the manga series. In the Japanese version of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, when the first edition of the manga was released, there were 18 volumes, 180 pages each volume, and all were black and white. For the cover art of the first edition, each Sailor Moon volume had 4 brand new illustrations in color. 1 illustration in the front, 1 in the back, and 1 on each of the flyer sides. There was also a double-sided color poster included in each of the manga, but the illustration was already in the manga. In the Tokyo Pop edition of Sailor Moon, the cover art was different from the original cover art. It is the same artwork used in Act 4. The Tokyo Pop edition was more colorful than the original. It was also more vibrant than the original version. The eyes are smaller in the original cover art than in the Tokyo Pop edition. The cover also features a close-up shot of Sailor Moon, while the original Japanese cover art is more of a faraway shot. The Tokyo Pop cover art is a full spread, while the original Japanese version of the cover has 2 separate illustrations. The design of the cover and the fonts are both different for both versions. The Tokyo Pop version is more vibrant to stand out to teen audiences. Panels. Orientations. In the Tokyo Pop edition, in the English, the panels were read from left to right, so the Western readers could read them similar to how Western comics were read. The original Japanese version was read right to left, mirroring the art from how it was intended to be viewed, and had some consequences made some art look strange when flipped. Content. The Tokyo Pop editions fit too much on a page, so the dialogue bubbles were smaller, important conversation was cut off, and it was hard to follow the storyline when parts of the story were missing. The panels were low quality and not printed well, and it seemed like a rushed production since it was an adaptation from the English dub of the anime, and they were trying to capitalize on its popularity. A lot of these differences come from the anime, which brings me to my next point. Historical context. The English version of the anime has been changed in many ways to fit the American standards, which is why the manga also does the same as it came after. There are many reasons for these changes. Censorship. Manga can have controversial topics like violence, homosexuality, relationship conflicts, foul language, and graphic scenes. A lot of them get censored when published overseas. The censorship is caused by different viewpoints. While there are people who disagree with censorship, the government and corporate groups use their own political and cultural views to control what is allowed. Publishers wanted to be safe as the manga was still new in the West and tried extra hard to establish manga as acceptable entertainment. There's a stigma associated with American comics, and they wanted to avoid that. This resulted in some censorship scenes like homosexuality, blood, and nudity to ensure a proper age range. Sailor soldiers were changed to Sailor Scouts to avoid a connection to war and violence. There was also censorship for reasons other than age rating, such as cultural identity. The English names of the characters from the anime were used in the Tokyo Pop edition. For example, Makoto is referred to as Lito. Long-term effects. Publisher attempts to establish manga as acceptable entertainment were successful. Manga got popular in the USA and made $60 million in 2005 to 210 million in 2007. Moreover, Sailor Moon helped popularize comics for girls when comics had a mostly male audience. Whether or not it was because of their censorship is up to debate. There were many re-releases afterward to fix some of the issues with the first editions. However, these came with their problems as well. The second edition of Sailor Moon the Japanese version, Shinsoban, was published in 2003 to 2004 with 12 volumes. The size of the second edition is the same as the first edition. There were more pages per volume, with 2,204 pages. The first 6 pages are printed in full color. In each Sailor Moon manga volume of the second edition, there are 3 new artworks. One of the front cover, one on the summary page, and one in the back, plus the added 6 pages in color. Another addition is that there was also a page printed with stickers that were colored and brand new. You're not able to obtain these stickers separately, so you would have to buy a copy of this manga edition of Sailor Moon to get them. Kodansha published the English version of the second edition in 2011. The use of the honorifics were translated weirdly and was inconsistent. In some scenes, the characters used the word bro was used very often and very casual. Other times, there were too formal English, like English professors, and did not speak like the teenagers they are. There was a third edition of Sailor Moon published in 2013 to 2014 in both Japanese and English by Kanzenban that had 10 volumes. There was no new update on the artwork. Each volume of the manga had a new color illustration on the front cover. The special feature of the third edition of the Sailor Moon series is that all of the pages were in color. Collectors want to get this series because there are no art books about Sailor Moon. There is no extra material in the series like stickers, but the size is bigger for readers to have a better view of the manga panels. Every volume comes with 300 pages, and publishing costs were expensive because of the higher quality of ink and paper compared to earlier editions. Some fans were annoyed by mistranslations and odd vocabulary and took fan translations of their own. Fan translations for manga and other Japanese media to this day are preferred by many over official translations. Almost all manga in English today is printed in its original orientation to preserve the artwork, and sometimes comes with an infographic to inform the readers how the content should be read. Here is a look of the Sailor Moon first press. Here I'll show a small snippet of what the Sailor Moon first press in Japanese would look like, and I'll provide a link in the bio and other openings of the books. So here you have the cover, and then there's a pocket edition one, and you can see that they're different sizes. And of course there's the other illustrations, but it's not like the whole cover spread. Here you have some trading cards that were included, and also a poster is included, like a full color poster that you're only able to get if you buy the manga, so you can't get it separately. In conclusion, I got into Sailor Moon when I was younger, enjoyed reading the manga and watching the show. I was interested in the manga editions because I was unaware there were republishings of them and the improvements of different art styles over the years. Sailor Moon's first attempts in the overseas markets were successful. Despite some flaws, it is important to learn lessons here for anyone wanting their work known internationally to have correct translations, good quality print, and keep the original orientation, even if it's for a foreign audience. They will adapt to that style. Most importantly, respect the author's wishes. And also, I wanted to do Sailor Moon because I realized I have 3 Sailor Moon t-shirts, and I was interested of the cover art. So yeah, here are my bibliographies, and thank you for listening.